Hello and welcome back to NTV and the Namibia Media Holding social media platforms. We have here Pioneers Park Primary and Windhoek Gymnasium's under 13 girls playing what promises to be a hardy game of netball. We've seen some beautiful netball here at the Capricorn Schools Netball League. It has been absolutely fantastic seeing this wonderful netball being played. So we currently have two games going. We have Parkies versus Windhoek Gymnasium and Windhoek Afrikaans Private School versus Pro Ed Academy. And we will be bringing you a quick update of Windhoek Afrikaans Private School and Pro Ed Academy as we go along with this game. But currently we are broadcasting Windhoek Gymnasium versus Pioneers Park Primary. And Pioneers Park Primary has scored the first goal. Windhoek Gymnasium hoping to level them. But they fail. Can they make it up? Oh, yes, they can. No, they can't. That is Pioneers Park Primary sending the ball back into gameplay. Ball out of bounds there. Windhoek Gymnasium ready to get it back into the game. Windhoek Gymnasium playing toward their end of the field there, of the court there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium aiming for a goal, which they've got. Currently both teams are tied at 1 each. Just a minute into this game. This age group plays 2 15-minute halves. That is a beautiful catch from Pioneers Park Primary. Pioneers Park Primary in their goal territory, aiming for a long shot there, right under their goal post. And they miss it. Umpire calls it there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium, currently in possession of the ball. Umpire calls it. And that is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, aiming to get into their goal territory. Right in their goal territory now. That is Windhoek Gymnasium aiming for a goal, which they've got. Second goal for Windhoek Gymnasium, currently in the lead against Pioneers Park Primary. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. That is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball there. Some beautiful supporters there. I'm a netball mom with a phone out. We love to see it. If you want to come support these guys, we are at Windhoek Gymnasium. That is Parkies aiming for a goal, which they've got. That is 2 each between Windhoek Gymnasium and Pioneers Park Primary under 13 here at the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, moving very steadily forward, right in their goal territory now, aiming for a goal. They shoot, they score. That was a little bit of a long shot, but it was a good goal. That is Windhoek Gymnasium, Pioneers Park Primary, my apologies, commencing gameplay there. That is a ball out of bounds. It's Windhoek Gymnasium's ball. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium still in possession of the ball. Windhoek Gymnasium center sends it into the goal territory there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium goal assist aiming for a goal, which has got goal attack. VAP is currently leading their game against Pro Ed Academy with 3-0. Just an update for the omas van die kus who are watching. And then there is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball currently on your screen. Windhoek Gymnasium intercepting their ball there, having to play it back. Seems to be a little bit of a heavy defense. Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goal post now. Aiming for a goal which they've lost. They try again. and they succeed. That is the 5th goal for Windhoek Gymnasium. Pioneers Park Primary currently trailing behind at only 1 goal. We are about a third of the way into the first half of this match. There we have Pioneers Park giving the ball over to Windhoek Gymnasium. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Their centre sends it on into their goal territory, and Windhoek Gymnasium takes it back. They are currently in their goal territory. They are forced to send it back. They shoot. They score a beautiful goal there from a beautiful red head on the Windhoek Gymnasium side of life. Windhoek Gymnasium commencing gameplay there. Beautiful catches from the Windhoek Gymnasium ladies. Pioneers Park Primary takes possession of the ball. That is Pioneers Park carrying their ball forward, having to play a little bit linear, a little bit smaller angles, a little bit shorter strides, but they are in their goal territory when the umpire calls. That is Pioneers Park Primary aiming for a goal, which they miss. They try again. Oh, third time's a charm if they can. Umpire calls it back into Pioneers Park's hands. Pioneers Park tries their 3rd try and they succeed. That is Pioneers Park's 2nd goal against Windhoek Gymnasium. Currently, Gymnasium is leading at 6-2. We are also keeping you posted on the game between Pro Ed Academy and Windhoek Afrikaans Private School, as these are the 2 semi-finals. But unfortunately, we cannot broadcast 2 games at the same time unless you want to have 2 screens. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium aiming for a goal. And they try again. And they've got it this time. Windhoek Gymnasium leading at 7-2 at 7 minutes into this game at the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. That is Windhoek Gymnasium commencing gameplay when the umpire calls it back. Pioneers Park. No, Windhoek Gymnasium still has the ball in hand. Windhoek Gymnasium moving the ball forward very steadily. That is a ball out of bounds. Windhoek Gymnasium's ball. Umpire calls once again. That is Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goal post now, and they've got another goal. Windhoek Gymnasium leading at 8-2 at almost 8 minutes into this game at the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. Here is Pioneers Park in possession of the ball. That was almost a ball out of bounds, but it is now Pioneers Park's ball. And that is no man's land for that ball. And the umpire calls there. Shoot there from Pioneers Park, and it pays off. They do not have a goal, my apologies. That is Gymnasium, currently in possession of the ball, moving steadily toward their goal territory. And we have Gymnasium aiming for a goal. Oh, that fails for them. Let's see if they can retry. They shoot. They score. Windhoek Gymnasium currently in the lead at 9-3 at almost 9 minutes into this game. Pro Ed Academy currently in the lead at 6-1. Against Windhoek Afrikaans Private School. They're on the other side. Currently, this is the only semi-final we are broadcasting. My apologies. WAP is leading at 6-1 against Pro Ed Academy in the other semi-final. That is Windhoek Gymnasium shooting for a goal. Pioneers Park Primary now has the ball in hand, ready to commence gameplay there. Windhoek Gymnasium intercepts. Windhoek Gymnasium moving steadily forward now, right outside their goal territory. Windhoek Gymnasium takes a stride. And there is a callback for Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium right outside their goal territory, looking for an opportunity. Umpire calls the ball back. Pioneers Park Primary now in possession of the ball. That is Pioneers Park playing into the hands of Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goalposts. They shoot. They score. That is Vintage Gymnasium leading 10-3 at Pioneers Park. Our last intel was that Windhoek Afrikaans Private School was leading at 6-1 against Pro Ed Academy in the other semi-final. That is Pioneers Park in possession of the ball, now in their goal territory. She gives it a turn, gives it a twirl, and she misses her shot at the goal. She takes the ball back, she shoots again, and she scores. That is Pioneers Park Primary ready to take possession of the ball there. Beautiful catch from Pioneers Park. Beautiful interception from Windhoek Gymnasium. That is a ball in no man's land. Pioneers Park sending the ball forward right outside their goal territory now. Long shot there from Pioneers Park, and it's too long. It is out of bounds. There is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Moving it forward, we have about 4 minutes left in this half. And Windhoek Gymnasium shoots. It's a bit of a long shot, and they miss it. That is Pioneers Park who takes possession of a Windhoek Gymnasium ball. The umpire calls seemingly for contact or contest. That ball is out of bounds. And then we have Windhoek Gymnasium aiming for a goal, which they have received. That is 11-4 in the favor of Windhoek Gymnasium currently. We have a few minutes left in this half. Windhoek Gymnasium trying vehemently to widen the gap they currently have on Pioneers Park. The umpire calls the ball back. Pioneers Park takes possession of the ball, has to play it back a little bit. They play it a little bit too long as the ball is out of bounds. Windhoek Gymnasium wing attack takes defense. Takes possession. There is Windhoek Gymnasium with their hands on the ball. That is Windhoek Gymnasium until the umpire calls it. Windhoek Gymnasium still in possession of the ball, right in their goal territory now, aiming for a goal. They shoot and they miss it. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium trying again, and they succeed. There we have Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball. And that is Pioneers Park in their goal territory. It's a bit of a long shot to take. They'll probably pass it on. Oh, and the ring intercepts them there. The umpire calls. Pioneers Park Primary attempting their 5th goal there. That is Pioneers Park Primary's 5th goal in this game. Windhoek Gymnasium currently leading at 12-5. We have about 2 minutes left in this half. Currently, Windhoek Afrikaans Private School, according to our last intel, leading at 6-1 against Pro Ed Academy. That is a goal for Windhoek Gymnasium as well. Windhoek Gymnasium currently leading at 13-5. Just about a minute and a half left in this half. And that is Pioneers Park Primary lunging for their 6th goal, which they do make. Oh, my apologies. They do not. They do not. They do. They do. Final answer, they do. Kashmian. That is Windhoek Gymnasium lunging for a goal, which they also seem to make. That is the 14th goal for Windhoek Gymnasium, currently leading at 14-6. Pioneers Park Primary plays the ball into Windhoek Gymnasium's hands. Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball now, right outside their goal territory. They take possession, they lunge, and they miss. They try again, and they miss again. 3rd time's a charm, ladies. 3rd time's a charm. The umpire intervenes for a second there, and that is our 3rd time. May it be charming. It does not appear to be charming. That is Pioneers Park taking possession of the ball there. Pioneers Park moving steadily forward. And that is Pioneers Park moving the ball forward, but it is out of bounds. Last in the hands of a Pioneers Park player. That is halftime. Thank you so much for joining us here on NTV and the Namibia Media Holding social media platforms. We will be keeping you posted on the Windhoek Afrikaans Private School versus Pro Ed Academy. Currently, Windhoek Gymnasium is leading at 14-6 against Pioneers Park Primary. Please do join us back here for the second half of the semi-finals.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
And we are back here with the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. That is Windhoek Gymnasium versus Pioneers Park Primary, ready to take off for their second half. Currently 7-6 in the favor of Windhoek Afrikaans Private School in their game against Pro Ed in the other semi-final, which we unfortunately are not broadcasting. But fortunately for you, we have Windhoek Gymnasium and Pioneers Park Primary for you right here. Thank you so much for joining us on NTV, DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 94, your home of Namibian entertainment and news and sport. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball right inside their goal territory now. The umpire calls it. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium lunging for a goal, which they've got. Pioneers Park Primary commences gameplay by their center. Pioneers Park fumbles the ball and Windhoek Gymnasium uses it to their advantage. Windhoek Gymnasium currently in possession of the ball right inside their goal territory. They are lunging and they've got it. That is Windhoek Gymnasium's 16th goal. Currently they are in the lead at 16-6 against Pioneers Park Primary. That is Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium still in possession of the ball right outside their goal territory now. Windhoek Gymnasium shoots and they score. They are currently leading at 18-5 against Pioneers Park Primary. That is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball. Right on the outer bound there, shooting. And they miss it, unfortunately. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Windhoek Gymnasium right inside their goal territory now. They shoot. They score. That is 19-5 in the favor of Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary here at the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. Windhoek Gymnasium commences gameplay via the center. Center sends it into the hands of one of their goal team. That is Windhoek Gymnasium still in possession of the ball, sending it on to Parkies. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball there, sending it on into their goal territory. Out of bounds, umpire sends it back. That is a Pioneers Park ball. Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession of the ball. Pioneers Park intercepts. Pioneers Park sending the ball forward. That was a good shot there by Pioneers Park. Good catch as well. And Pioneers Park shoots. And they miss it. That is Windhoek Gymnasium taking possession of the ball once again. That is Pioneers Park with the ball in hand. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium shooting for their goal, and they've got it. This is the 20th goal for Windhoek Gymnasium. They are currently in the lead, 20-5 against Pioneers Park Primary, and we have just started the second half. That is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball. Long strides there, almost out of bounds, very close to the boundary line there. Umpire calls. And there is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, sending it forward, looking for an opportunity to get into their goal territory. And that is a missed ball. That is nobody's ball. Pioneers Park Primary takes possession of the ball, sends it forward, long stride there, intercepted by Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium in their goal territory now. She shoots, she scores. That is 21-5 in the favor of Windhoek Gymnasium. We are about a third of the way through our second half. That is Pioneers Park Primary in possession of the ball. Pioneers Park Primary right below their goalpost. They're shooting. And they miss it. Umpire calls it back. That is Pioneers Park in possession of the ball. Right on their end of the field now, right in their goal territory. Beautiful catch there. Unfortunately, the ball is out of bounds. Pioneers Park to commence gameplay there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, sending them on to the goal territory. Windhoek Gymnasium right under their goal post. They shoot. They score. Beautiful goal there for Windhoek Gymnasium. That is 21-7 for Windhoek Gymnasium in the favor of Pioneers Park. 21-7. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium once again lunging for it, and they overshoot it. They shoot again. They miss it. Umpire intervenes. They get another shot. And they've got it 3rd time's a charm. Firmly believe it. Pioneers Park Primary to commence gameplay there. They shoot the ball off and they are inside their goal territory now. Ball is out of bounds. Last belonged to Pioneers Park Primary. Now has to go over to Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek Gymnasium commences gameplay at the shootout. And that ball is out of bounds once again at the hands of Pioneers Park Primary. Windhoek Gymnasium commences gameplay via shootout from the outer border. Pioneers Park Primary takes possession of the ball, sends it on to their players right in their goal territory. Pioneers Park shoots, and they miss it. Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession of the ball there. Windhoek Gymnasium sending the ball forward. Pioneers Park is able to intercept, moving backward toward their goal territory now. That is Pioneers Park shooting and Windhoek Gymnasium attempting to intercept. The goalie calls contact or contest. Pioneers Park shoots. It's a bit of a long shot. They shoot over. Let's see if they can land this goal. Oh, they unfortunately cannot. Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession of the ball there. Pioneers Park intercepts, busy sending it back to their end of the court. Windhoek Gymnasium now in possession of the ball. Umpire calls. That is Windhoek Gymnasium centre sending the ball forward toward her goal attack. And now Windhoek Gymnasium attempts a goal, which they miss. They can try again. And there they have it. Windhoek Gymnasium currently leading at 23 to 7. My apologies, 23 to 7 against Pioneers Park Primary. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Shooting and scoring. That is the 24 to 27 in favor of Windhoek Gymnasium here at the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League. Pioneers Park Primary to commence gameplay there. Windhoek Gymnasium intercepts, sends the ball forward. That is a ball out of bounds. Last belonged to Windhoek Gymnasium, which means it is now a Pioneers Park ball. Pioneers Park Primary sending the ball forward towards their goal territory. That is a ball out of bounds. Last belonged to Pioneers Park Primary, now a Windhoek Gymnasium ball. That is Windhoek Gymnasium. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball right outside their goal territory. We have about 5 minutes left in this match. That is a goal for Windhoek Gymnasium. Currently 25 to 7 against Pioneers Park Primary. And that is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, playing it toward their goal territory now, right over the third line there. That is Windhoek Gymnasium right outside their goal territory. They shoot. It's a bit of a long shot. And it pays off. So that is 26 to 7 in the favor of Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary. We only have about 5 more minutes. We only have about 5 more minutes left in this match. Again, we see the hairstyles transforming there. Get you a girl who can do both, I guess. That is Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand, sending it forward. Right on the third line there. Looking for an opportunity. Really, really laden defense there from Pioneers Park Primary. Umpire calls it. Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Shooting and scoring. 27 to 7 in the favor of Pioneers Park Primary there by Windhoek Gymnasium. Only about 4 minutes left in this match. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, sending it forward. There we are, Windhoek Gymnasium, umpire calls it. Windhoek Gymnasium with the ball in hand, ball out of bounds, was last a Gymnasium ball, but the umpire calls it back. Pioneers Park Primary takes possession That is Pioneers Park Primary moving very, very quickly toward their goal territory. And that is a contest there, or interception there from Windhoek Gymnasium. That is a ball out of bounds. Umpire calls it back. Pioneers Park Primary takes the lead there on that ball. And that is a ball out of bounds, last in the hands of Pioneers Park Primary. Now over to Windhoek Gymnasium. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Pioneers Park Primary able to intercept and turn the gameplay. Pioneers Park right outside their goal territory, and they are now under their goal post. They shoot, they score. That is 26-8 in favor of Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary. We only have about 3 minutes left in this match. There we have Pioneers Park Primary right outside the goal territory. The umpire calls, and Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession of that ball. That is Windhoek Gymnasium last in possession of an ball that went out of bounds, meaning it is a Pioneers Park ball. Pioneers Park commences gameplay, and they move it forward. Still moving forward. Windhoek Gymnasium tries to intercept, and the ball is out of bounds. Let's see who the umpire decides will get this ball. That is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Windhoek Gymnasium right outside their goal territory now. Pioneers Park to take possession on the umpire's orders. Windhoek Gymnasium takes possession on the umpire's call, and Windhoek Gymnasium shoots, and they score. That is 27-8. In the favor of Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary. We only have about a minute and a half left of this match. There's Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball. Their goal shooter unattended gains the ball, but the umpire calls it back. Windhoek Gymnasium shoots, and they score. That is 27-8 in favor of Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary. There is Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball, sending the ball off, looking for an opportunity, struggling to find it. Strong defense there from Pioneers Park Primary. And Windhoek Gymnasium's goal assist shoots. She misses it. Pioneers Park Primary lost in possession of a ball that was found out of bounds. There's Windhoek Gymnasium in possession of the ball when the umpire calls. We have a couple of seconds left in this match. That is Windhoek Gymnasium. It's a bit of a long shot, but she shoots and she scores. That is 28-8 for Windhoek Gymnasium against Pioneers Park Primary. Pioneers Park attempts their shot, and the ball is out of bounds. And there is Pioneers Park Primary with the ball in hand. Pioneers Park Primary still with the ball in hand, commencing gameplay. Their last few seconds on the clock. And that is Pioneers Park shooting and missing. And that is time. Windhoek Gymnasium wins 28-8 against Pioneers Park Primary. Thank you so much for joining us on NTV and the Namibia Media Holding social media platforms. Once again, a huge thank you to the NTV technical team and the NTV team as such. This is a well-oiled machine, all the bits working together. Beautiful, beautiful scenery, camaraderie there by the girls. Always great to see the high energy in these games. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be right back with the finals of the evening.